Okay, guys, so this is Reading Science A Winning Force. Everything in our world moves. Although you may not notice it, the world is always in a state of motion. The wind causes the leaves on a tree to shake. The ocean waves lift the surfer high above the tide. The baseball flies into the stands after being hit hard by the batter. An object's motion will always change when acted upon by another force. Before an object can move, forces need to act upon it. The force can either speed up, accelerate, slow down, decelerate, or make the object stationary. Take the force of gravity, for example. Gravity keeps a textbook from floating off a desk. It keeps us from floating when we do jumping jacks during gym class. An example of acceleration is bike riding. When you push down on the bike pedal, your weight forces the wheels to turn. You then speed up. Likewise, when a football player punts a ball, the force used to make the powerful kick causes the ball to fly high in the air. A force that pulls or pushes in a different direction is called an opposing force. This causes an object to decelerate or stop. Say you took a dog for a walk. If the dog started to chase a cat, its forward motion would be stopped by your pull on the leash. This is also true in a tennis match. Both players are trying to keep the ball from going out over the back line. They stop the forward movement of the ball by hitting it with the racket. The rest of the swing's force makes the ball change direction and fly back over the net. A change in an object's movement as a result of a force can be described in terms of inertia. Inertia is how an object tends to resist a change in motion. Inertia is described as Sir Isaac Newton's first law of motion. All objects have inertia. As an object's mass increases, its inertia increases. A larger force is needed to overcome this larger inertia. For example, when you are pushing a shopping basket, the basket will move in the direction of the force. It will continue to move as long as you push it. The greater the force used, the greater the change in the basket's motion. The greater the mass of the basket, the greater force needed to cause a change in its motion. Think about forces the next time you're playing ball with your friends. If you put a greater force upon the ball, it will move faster and harder. Share this with your entire team and you will be sure to win. Question 1. Complete the following analogy. Pedaling your bike. Acceleration is as pulling a dog's leash. So pedaling your bike is acceleration, right? Pedaling your bike is acceleration. And when you pull the dog's leash, what is that? Is that energy, gravity, inertia, or deceleration? What is the meaning of the word stationary as used in paragraph 2? So this is when you'll have to go up to paragraph 2 and find stationary. It says, the force can either speed up, accelerate, slow down, decelerate, or make an object stationary. So what does it mean to be stationary? A, to shake, B, to fall, C, to remain in place, or D, to pull down. What does it mean to remain stationary? 3. Complete the sentence with a choice below. The greater the mass of an object, the more blank you need to move it. The greater the mass of an object, the more A, help you need to move it. The greater the mass of an object, the more B, force you need to move it. The greater the mass of an object, the more C, energy you need to move it. Or the greater the mass of an object, the more D, time you need to move it. And so you might be able to find this if you look back up. It says here, the greater the mass of the basket, the greater the force needed to cause a change in its motion. Number 4. Which of the following is an example of acceleration? In case you don't know what acceleration means, it has it up here. It says a force can speed up, and in parentheses it says accelerate. Acceleration means speeding up. So which of the following is an example of accelerating? Standing in a position while waiting to begin jumping jacks. B, a leaf blown from a tree by the wind. C, gravity holding a rock still on the ground. Or D, slowing a bike by applying the brakes. Question 5. During a game of tug-of-war, one team exerts a force of 3,500 newtons to the left. The other team exerts a force of 3,800 newtons to the right. Which of the following statements is true about the game? A, the forces are balanced. There will not be a winner. B, the forces are balanced and the first team will win. C, forces are unbalanced. The first team will win. Or D, forces are unbalanced. The second team will win. So the first team is 3,500 newtons to the left. The second team is 3,800 newtons to the right. So you need to decide first, are they balanced? A and B would be balanced. Or does 3,500 newtons and 3,800 newtons, do those seem unbalanced? Then you have to decide which team will win. Who has more force? The first team going to the left or the second team going to the right? Okay.